What's up, Transit family? Eric here with you for one more week of Transit Online, but look, it's coming down. We're to the wire, the very last week. Next week, February 21st, we are back. Transit's in the room. Food, fun, family, games, everything. Tell your friends, tell your people. February 21st, we're back. In light of last week's big game, maybe some of y'all care about it, maybe some of y'all don't, maybe some of y'all are like me and didn't even watch it, but caught the highlights, so I knew what to talk about the next day, right? In light of the Super Bowl last week, we came up with a fun trivia game for you, and I want you to participate. I want you to talk about it in your small groups. I want you to comment below on our YouTube channel. I want you to be a part of this, but it's about another very important bowl, one that means far more to you than the Super Bowl. And I don't care if you're the biggest fan or not. When it comes to Super Bowl or football or whatever, whatever they play of, this is, I'd say, the most important bowl in your life. Of course, I'm talking about the super toilet bowl. See how many of these toilet bowl trivia questions you can answer. Put it in the comments below, and there will be a prize next week to who can answer the most. Look, this is completely honor, right? This is completely yes, I got this many right. Anyways, we'll go through it next week to see who had the most, but you got to comment on our YouTube channel. We got to see who had the most correct answers. Do that, then grab a friend in 21st. Let's get after it at Transit again. Guys, I look forward to seeing you there. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever known something worked, but just couldn't figure out how it worked? And I'm talking like fairly simple things that you're like, I know it works. I have evidence. I can see it. I've seen it work, like whatever. But I can't figure out how it works. Look, this is my current dilemma. This is my current dilemma right here. I've been working on this chainsaw that I bought a little more than 2 years ago, and it has never ran. And the chainsaw is really made up of a few simple pieces. So you have your engine, you have your bar here, you have your chain right here. And there's really not a whole lot that goes into a chainsaw necessarily, right? It's fairly simple, right? It should be easy to fix, but this is, you can see, a brand new chain. I have the brand new bar here, but I know this thing works. I've seen this work other places, but for the life of me, I cannot figure out how to put these parts all together in a way that makes it work. And I believe that your faith may be the same way. Or when you think about God, or you consider that maybe there is a supreme being that created and started everything, but also cares enough about you specifically. You're like, I don't know. Like, yeah, maybe I can see it around, but it's really hard for me to connect the dots. We're going to listen to a message. It's about literally 4 minutes, and from a guy named Josh Griffin. And he kind of explains and breaks it down really simply, some good reasons to have faith in a God that does exist, and maybe even more or equally important is that he cares about you specifically. So watch this video, hop on your small group or in your small groups, do whatever you're doing this week with them, whether it's a FaceTime or Zoom, or if you're getting together, whatever it looks like, do with that. And make sure you let everyone know. February 21st, we're back.
I believe in the Big Bang. God said bang, and everything was created. Let me show you what I mean. This is us here on the Earth. And we live in this amazing place called the habitable zone. It's one of the unique places in the whole galaxy, the whole universe, where life can exist. Crazy that we live right here. Closer to the sun, we'd all be toast. There's a highly qualified piece of black toast. But we'd also be popsicles over here. It's not just where it is in the galaxy, it's also how it's tilted. The Earth is at a perfect 23.5-degree angle. This is where we get our seasons. It's tilted just perfectly so the rays of the sun and all the harmful radiation actually bounces off. It even goes deeper than that though. Plants and trees, they give off something called oxygen, and that's what humans need in order to live. We have this perfect little balance of life between us and the rest of the planet. Clearly, there's a designer here. And it's more than just design, the beauty of it, mountains and sunsets and flowers, it just screams that there is a creator and there is a God. Here's the thing, I could give you reason after reason that probably God exists. And you're not some big cosmic accident. But I think it's so much more than that. I think it's more than just believing that God exists. I've done that for a long time. Really, the question is, do you trust Him? Faith isn't just having blind hope, but faith is putting our trust in God, even in the uncertain or difficult times. Really, faith is trusting God through each step of our life. What we're really trying to say is the faith that we have in God, I mean, He ordered this amazing universe. He keeps us alive and holds it all together so perfectly and in such amazing order. And God, I trust you to have that type of order and control and care in my life. There's a verse in the book of Hebrews that talks about how faith is essential. And God rewards those who will use their faith to trust in Him. I realize that sounds simple, right? And saying it to you is simple, and living it out is much more difficult. Like, I have faith in one moment, and then I have doubts. I have trust in the next moment, and then there's tragedy. I've been in youth ministry a long time, and I've heard that bad news or that sad story over and over again, and it breaks my heart. And to be honest, it tests my faith too. I sometimes have doubts, but I want to let you know that as we trust God, He will reward us for our faith in Him. I don't know what you're going to face this week. Who knows what that next step is going to entail? But I do know this, I sure hope you have faith.